Here we are again, Generals. It's Friday, November 6, 2020, and we have yet another edition of the 5-Star News to bring to you. Sorry Eli Owens couldn't join you today, but you have me, Kayla Cumbie, to get you all the latest weather, sports, and announcements Heritage has to offer. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a snack, teacher permitting, of course, and we're going to bring you our announcement portion of the show. We call it What's Up Heritage. Here is Mitchell and Lauren. Take it away, guys.
What's up, Heritage? I'm here to keep you informed about everything happening at the Taj. The cross-country team going to state, they left yesterday. We have the canned food drive going on, so take cans to your first block teacher. Now back to Lauren with the weather.
Thanks, Mitchell. I'm Lauren Self, and this is your weather forecast up until Monday. On Friday, it will be a high of 73, a low of 49, and a 10% chance of rain. On Saturday, it'll be a high of 76, a low of 55, with a 10% chance of rain. On Sunday, it'll be a high of 77, a low of 62, with a 20% chance of rain. On Monday, there'll be a high of 78, a low of 62, with a 20% chance of rain. Now let's get back to your anchors for more news.
Thanks, you two. Looks like the weekend is going to be very nice. Moving on into the news now, and the nation talk is about the 2020 presidential election. Trump and Biden have seemed to be on the tips of everyone's tongues for quite a while now. But what do folks around here at Heritage think about it? Well, we have Kane Stover and Matthew Fowler with this report.
Went early and participated in early voting this year because I knew that we would have record-breaking turnout. And looking at all of the election results that are coming in, that is true. We have, I think I saw on the news the other day that we have like the highest voter turnout that we've had in 100 years in our country.
Hey, America's going down the way these things are. We can't get any. Here's my statement. Okay, good people don't run for government office. You know, that's just that. So we get to choose the bad or the worst. You know, who are we going to choose? I don't like any of them.
Okay, so I think this election has been pretty crazy so far, and I think after the 140,000 votes are looked at, I think it'll go to the Supreme Court.
I don't like either president that would be president. I mean, Trump, he's out of his mind most of the time, and then you got Biden. The guy can't even talk.
Wow, it sure has been crazy, but I'm excited to see the outcome for the days, months, and years to come. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and it is for sure my favorite holiday. I mean, who doesn't love just hanging with their family and getting to eat lots of food? But Thanksgiving is also a great time to give back to your surrounding community. We here at Heritage love to do fundraisers, but our annual food drive is usually our top hit for just around Thanksgiving. This year, we haven't got as many donations, and we have Dan Anderson and Aaron Brewer to give you a quick reminder story to get things rolling again.
Okay, the Thanksgiving food drive is going on right now. I don't know if you guys know, if your first block teachers have mentioned it, but the food drive is going on. You guys need to bring non-perishable food items, any kind of canned foods, things that don't basically go bad. Bring those into your first block teacher. This is really important, and it's a big deal because we want to help people at Thanksgiving time that don't have a lot of the things that maybe that you have so that they can have just as nice Thanksgiving. So bring in stuff. Winning classes get pizza parties and bragging rights, and that just means that we're better than everybody else. So hopefully my class will bring in their stuff because they are better than everybody else. So bring in your canned food drives, make the Thanksgiving food drive a big success, and help lots of people in the community have a good Thanksgiving.
Thus far, this has been the slowest year by far that I've ever had participation of the canned food drive for Thanksgiving. And I want to just personally blame a few people. If you walk this way, it's turds like these the reason that currently I am in last place on the food drive. Look at this kid right here. Does this look like the kid that cares about anybody eating at Thanksgiving? Obviously not. If we move further, you see that right there? Is that a kid that looks like she cares about anybody? No, clearly not. This is the reason, slaps like these, the reason that I'm doing so poorly in the canned food drive. And I would love to accept blame, but it's not my fault. It's theirs.
Good stuff, you two. The ball is now in our court, students, so let's get those donations in here. Moving on now, and every week we like to introduce a new esteemed faculty member with our Teacher Spotlight segment. This week we'll bring you our very own Chris Douglas, media specialist. And while he does have his own classroom now, he does impact the teachers and students here at HHS for sure. We have our very own Coach Green, Noah Lovell, and Aaron Brewer with the story.
This week we shine our spotlight on media specialist Chris Douglas.
Hey, I'm Chris Douglas, media specialist at Heritage High School. I've been here since the opening. I opened Heritage High School Media Center. I opened Heritage Middle's Media Center, and I originally worked over at Ringgold Middle School in the Media Center.
What really brought you to Heritage? You worked at middle school, you said, right?
I was.
What made you come over here?
Well, I opened up the Media Center at Heritage Middle, and there's a lot that goes into that. Purchasing the right materials, setting things up, setting the school up, that sort of thing. Opening up the high school, I was going to stay at the middle school, but as it got closer, I saw that I kind of maybe wanted to come over here. So I talked to Mr. Bradford, and he asked me if I would come over here and help to open this media center also. So I was able to get into the early stages of ordering materials, helping set up some of the classrooms, some of the technology we have in the building, and kind of be in the grassroots of getting Heritage High School going.
What's your favorite thing about working here at Heritage? What do you like the most about being over here?
I tell you, the culture is everything. And if you don't know what culture is, you definitely can feel bad culture when you're in a bad culture area. You ever been in a place where you just didn't feel right or you're just not comfortable? It just feels right here. Heritage High School, between the teachers, the administrators, and the students, everything just works really well. Now, of course, we have our little issues here and there, but everybody helps each other out. Everybody looks out for each other, and overall, the environment is just a great environment to work in.
We talked a little bit about administration. It's kind of an off-the-wall question, but if you could be Mr. Bradford, you're kind of like Mr. Bradford's right-hand man anyway. If you could be Ronnie for one day, what crazy rule or idea would you might put out there for the school for one day of school?
I don't know. I would like to see, I figured it out. One thing I would love to see at Heritage High School, I would love to see some added lunch items, and that would be like Taco Bell, Arby's, Chick-fil-A, things like that. It would be fantastic to just have a little area where you can, if you wanted to eat Chick-fil-A today and it met our nutritional values, then I think, and our requirements, then I think it'd be neat to have some alternative places to eat that aren't just the cafeteria.
I know you love cars, and I ask this to everybody. If you could walk into any car dealership, Chattanooga, Cleveland, North Georgia, where would you go and what car would you pick out if you could just pick out whatever you wanted?
I've owned a lot of different things, from cars to trucks to sports cars to different items. One I have not owned, which I would love to own, would be a Tesla. I would love to walk into a dealership, a Tesla dealership, which we don't have those because they sell them on the internet. I would love to walk into a Tesla dealership, purchase the Tesla of my dreams, and drive out with the Tesla. I think it'd be fantastic.
What's some of your favorite things to do when you're not here?
Okay, so a couple things I like to do. I love to play softball. I play on a men's church league. I pitch, so I'm a pitcher for softball. I've had my nose broken twice. Yeah, right up the middle, and if you don't get your glove up fast enough, it's right there. A couple other things I love to do. I love to golf. I'm usually not very good at golf, but this last summer, I don't know if it's age, I've just gotten better at golf. I had my first eagle this summer. Yay, me. And some other things I do, I just love fixing things. So I will buy a house, we'll flip a house, I buy cars and I flip cars. I enjoy that work. I don't view it as work. I enjoy it. It's kind of my stress reliever to get into the garage and turn some wrenches and figure out why things don't work and then make them work.
Mr. Douglas is definitely the man. I know we couldn't do without him down here in the broadcasting room. Time to get to a quick commercial break here on the show, but don't go away because Dylan Brown and Jamison Shook will join us in sports. We'll see how both the cross-country teams are running for state and get a preview on our 2020 boys and girls basketball team. Don't go away, sports is next.
I love serving in various roles in the technical ministries at my church. I am passionate about technology and keeping up with the current trends. It is amazing how the smallest adjustments in sound and lights improve the audience experience. It is awesome to be a part of making a difference in people's life as well as our community by supporting the church's ministries. Technical ministry is vital to ensure and enhance the experience of a worship service so that the message is shared without distractions. My name is Nathan McCoy and I am your 5-Star News.
sports time again, and Dylan Bryan here with Jamison Shook here on this Friday.
Yes, and with football rested up on their bye week, that gives us a chance to look at some other athletes here at Heritage.
And you know we have some tremendous talent here at HHS.
Like 3-time softball state champions, Final Four in volleyball, and now cross country going to Carrollton, Georgia.
Aaron Brewer and Noah Lovell caught up with Coach Kraft and some of the cross country runners to get their thoughts on the GHSA state meet.
Last week at the region cross country meet, we had both the boys and the girls teams qualified for state. The girls team finished runner-up, which it was a close race with Southeast. And then the boys team, they tied for second, but then on the tiebreaker with Southeast, they lost. So they ended up getting third in the region. But they still all qualified to go to the state championship in Carrollton this week, which is on Friday. And, you know, we're really excited about that. The kids have been training hard this whole season, and they're ready to go down there and have a good race. Our top runners who, if they have a great race, could be in medal contention, would be Gavin Chandler and Allison Kraft. They've both been racing well this whole year. They've both been finishing in the top 10 in their races, and we're looking for good things from the whole team.
I feel like we have a pretty good chance at state. There's a few guys that we had quarantined, but we got backups that are pretty good. So I feel like we can go out there and do pretty good in the race and come out with at least top 10.
On the basketball now, and our boys and girls have been in the gym lately getting ready for their respective seasons.
The boys have a lot of returning players from last year's state qualifying team.
And the girls have most of their starters back, but they have some new leadership for them this year.
Let's look at the season preview for both teams. Shook has the boys.
Brooklyn Collins and Gracie Dawson has the girls.
So I'm really excited about basketball season this year. You know, it's one of just a weird, crazy year, so we're hoping we get to have some games, and football and volleyball, softball being able to have their season, that gives me a lot of hope for the winter time. So I'm excited about it. We got a couple more weeks of practice, and we're going to have a scrimmage against Dalton, and we get into some games out at Ridgeland. So really excited about it. We've got a good group of guys coming back, a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors and sophomores that can play too. So I'm really excited about it. One thing that's different this year is we're not doing a freshman team, we're just doing a JV and a varsity, trying to limit the numbers a little bit during this COVID situation. But excited about both groups, really looking forward to it. It's a great group of guys, and there's a lot of talent out there.
So this year we have 2 teams coming out, also 2 teams coming in. We have Lafayette and Gilmer coming out, and Central and Cedartown coming in. And those are 2 very good teams, but I believe that with our team we have now, we have a lot of seniors coming back. We have a lot of scores. We have a lot of defense. I think we'll be pretty good against these new tough competitors, and I hope to win the region and go through state a little bit.
Okay. The region's a little different this year. We lost Gilmer and Lafayette. Lafayette, of course, they're really good, so that doesn't disappoint me too much. But then we're picking up a couple of really athletic teams in Cedartown and Central Carroll. So I don't know a ton about them, but I know they're going to be really good. They have been in the past. So looking forward to that competition and seeing what they're like.
This year for basketball, I think we're going to be pretty good. I mean, our starting 5 are going to be as good as any in the region. Our only problem really is going to be depth at the guard positions is, honestly tough. I mean, we had a lot of people not playing this year. Swopey being hurt, the broken collarbone is going to hurt us for the beginning of the season, but, I mean, games at the beginning of the season don't matter. Once we get into later, region play and stuff like that, I really think we could have a good run at it.
So far this week, I think learning a whole new system, a whole new way to play defense. It's going to take some time, but they've been real receptive to the coaching, and they seem really motivated. So I'm very encouraged by what I've seen so far.
I think we're going to be really good this year because we have some new coaches, a new program. We have a lot of new offenses and some new freshmen that are really going to help us. A lot of people are going to have to step up, but we'll be really good.
We're real encouraged by the fact that we have, quite a few kids that we can count on. I feel like we're confident in 10 or 12 of them to get, varsity minutes. A lot of it's going to come down to matchups and what we need from them in each game. So some games, they might have a few that might play more than others, but I think, obviously Sydney St. John being a senior could really give us a lot of minutes, and she's a very strong player, very athletic. So we're looking to her for some senior leadership. Gracie Murray, of course, being the point guard returning, I think she gives us some much needed experience at that position. Courtney's been a really good leader for us at practice, so we're looking to hopefully get some promising things out of her. And you've got people, I could go all day. Ellie Joes, Katie Thompson, Dayana Perriman. We've had a lot of kids that are practicing really well, and of course, this week we've had inclusion of softball and volleyball players back into practice, and that's been a boost for some of the girls. And I think there's others, and I'm sure I forgot. Brooke Matherly shoots the ball really well, and so we're depending on her to be one of our perimeter shooters. So, we have a lot of girls that I feel confident in. Man, we're just really excited about our first game, and really excited to see what the girls are capable of doing.
Thanks for sports, you two. I'm really looking forward to checking out Generals basketball this year. Moving back to the news now, and if you like competition like I do, this story is just for you. Catoosa County Schools are offering their student technology competition again this year. It's time for you students to show your creativity in stuff like graphic design, video production, robotics, and many more. We have Caden Snyder and Carson Palmer with more about this competition.
Yeah, technology competition going on. It goes on at the local level first, and pretty much we go through our any student's work that they turn in for the technology competition. We look at it here, and then we graduate that to the next level, which is the county tech competition. And at the county tech competition, they're going to choose the best projects, and then that actually goes on to the state competition.
But it's a great opportunity for kids to get out and actually do something that really matters.
So what is the technology competition? Well, it covers a lot of different areas, obviously enveloping technology.
Just all around, we've got a lot of classes here at Career Tech that can offer some of those opportunities. And if you're not a Career Tech student, you can still enter. That's the cool thing about it. If you play around with videos on a YouTube channel and you think you've got something that might work, see me or Chris Douglas, and hopefully we'll be able to get you enrolled into the competition.
December 3rd is the last date that you can turn anything in. And then we're looking at December 9th is actually going to be the competition. That's when judges are actually going to look at the material that's turned in.
And hopefully this year we'll have some students that will want to participate. We see a lot of creativity in the video production class down here, and right now I'm trying to get some guys interested in it. We've had some good projects turned in, and I think they would do well if they decide to compete.
And technology competition, if you have anything, feel free to stop by the Media Center. Let me know what you have, what you're working on. We would love to see you enter the technology competition this year.
Sounds pretty cool, but with all of that, we're going to wrap up this Friday edition of the 5-Star News. We will be back Tuesday with a brand new spanking edition. So until then, have a great weekend and stay classy, Heritage.